morning everyone, it's Joseph the Realtor, and today I'm very excited to make a new YouTube video on something I think everybody wants to know about, and that's new construction homes. So today we're taking down a house. I'm going to explain to you what to look out for in a new construction, and hopefully you guys learn from it. Let's do this. Alright guys, so I actually have a cheat sheet that I wrote down. I'm going to be looking at it occasionally so I don't miss anything. This is for you guys. So the first thing that you guys look out for in a new construction house is the lot and the location. What town is it in? How big is the lot? And where is it in the town? You want to stay away from stop signs. You want to stay away from power lines. You want to stay away from anything that could negatively affect the value and the future sale of the house. So that's key. I'm going to run through these. The builder. Who builds the house? How did the builder get it approved? What did it take to get approved? And how long has the builder been building? How many homes have they built? And your realtor can actually request a list of homes that they've built or renovated, which is key. Because you don't want to buy a brand new construction, spend a lot of money from somebody who has no idea what they're doing, or this is their first project, because everybody makes mistakes, especially when they first start out. So foundation. Foundation is key because different types of foundations matter. Foundation is one of my favorite things about a house. On a new construction house, you can either have cinder block, or you can have poured concrete that's reinforced, or just regular poured concrete. And then also some homes don't have basements. So new constructions are sometimes built on a slab, which is just a slab of concrete, and the home's built on top of it, so no basement. Having no basement sucks, but it's also not a bad thing. If you're in a flood zone, if you're in an area with a high water table, etc., etc. My favorite type of foundation, I have to say, is a poured concrete foundation. The reason for that is it's just poured slabs of concrete. It's much stronger. It's less susceptible to any water issues. The house itself is less susceptible to settling, which I'll dive into. But settling happens usually 6 months to a year after you build a house, because the house just settles. Most homes settle. You guys should never settle though. That was good. Who you guys use to represent you in the purchase of a new construction? This is actually a big deal for me, because a lot of people will go to like a townhouse community that's just built and just walk in and talk to the sales agent that's there. 9 times out of 10, the sales agent that's there is just there to sell the townhouse or condo. And that's a big no-no, because if you walk in there, by yourself or as a couple, you're kind of not protected. It's like walking into a courtroom for a murder case with no attorney. It makes no sense. So having a realtor represent you in a new construction as a buyer is free. So make sure you hire a proper realtor who has experience with new construction, because it's free to you guys, and you'll save a lot of money on a lot of things, and you'll also avoid a lot of headaches. A good realtor that specializes in new construction will really hold your hand throughout the entire process. So 2 things actually, realtor and attorney. The reason being is because there's something called a spec sheet. We'll throw that up on the screen. Spec sheet is really important, because you could go into a house and say, hey builder, this is a great house, let me see the plans. But the plans don't mean shit, because at the end of the day, there are things that you guys have to look out for, and you kind of want to know, hey, what tile are you using? What type of flooring are you using? What roof? What siding? There's levels to everything, and you can quickly spend a lot more money if you don't know what the builder originally planned on the spec sheet. And all that should be negotiated with your attorney during attorney review before you go under contract with a new construction house. I want to touch base on something with foundation that's really important to me. The reason I like poured concrete so much is because, again, it's a single slab of concrete poured together, blah, blah, blah. It's fantastic. It's much more expensive, and it does increase your taxes. So that's one thing to note with the poured concrete foundation. I sold a house in Chatham for like $2.65 million, and I would say that house was listed like 4 or 5 other realtors before me, and they couldn't sell it. And I listed it, marketed it correctly, got it under contract with somebody from California who came out for one showing, and they later on told me that the reason they love the house so much is because of the way I explained the foundation. Guys, that house had a foundation that was not only poured concrete, but it was reinforced poured concrete, but it was also grooved in a certain way so that when they laid the foundation in, they actually twisted it into place. And the reason they did that is to make it airtight and waterproof because the house sat on a lake. So for that buyer in particular, it was very important, and me as the realtor knowing that really helped with the sale. So that's another reason why they bought it. And yeah, they were super happy that I knew that. Even the seller didn't know that. So very key who you hire as a realtor if you're a builder watching this, and very key if you're a buyer what realtor you use, because the realtor should have intense knowledge of new construction, especially if you're spending $1 million plus on a new construction house. Because once you sign the paperwork and you give the keys, that house is yours and it's your problem, nobody else's. Diving into the attorney and the realtor that you use, a lot of people, I don't know why they do this, but they hire an attorney that's the cheapest when they're buying something that they're paying for 30 years. It makes no sense to me, because the attorney that you use, when you're buying a new construction, stuff comes up before, stuff comes up during, and stuff comes up after the closing. Good luck with a cheap attorney who's going to answer your phone call after a closing. It's not going to happen. You'll probably get screwed during the process too. So make sure you hire a proper attorney, real estate attorney. Don't hire a criminal attorney or a traffic attorney for a new construction house in New Jersey. It's crucial, guys. Hire a real estate attorney. A real estate attorney will have a rider, right? A regular rider. That's for anybody buying or selling. But a proper real estate attorney will have something called a new construction rider. And that new construction rider dives into the extreme details like the spec sheet. Spec sheet is very important, again, because like the builder can say, hey, I'm spending $5 a square foot on tile, right? But the tile that you guys like is $10 a square foot. The builder can say, I'm spending $20,000 on cabinets on $1 million house. That's silly. For $1 million house, you probably want, it's 30, 40. It depends on what your taste is and what you want. But you definitely don't want to overpay just because you want something a little bit nicer. That's when you call me. I'll represent you in a new construction the proper way. Financing for a new construction is key. Financing. We'll throw that up on the screen. You should be able to get a good deal on a jumbo loan. Usually if you're buying a new construction, it's probably $600 or more. So that's called a jumbo loan. You should get a really, really good deal on financing for a jumbo loan. One thing to note, a lot of people don't realize this, is when you're buying a new construction house, right? Say you're buying it in January, the guy starts building it, and he says he's gonna be done in 4 months, but it's September and he's not done yet, right? But he's almost done. So you received an interest rate of 3%, just throwing it out there, in January. And the guy's still building the house and it's September, and guess what? Interest rates jumped up to 4%. That could throw off your debt to income ratio. That could throw off your monthly payment. That could piss everybody off. So make sure your realtor has a good bank that does something called, I think it's called new construction financing, where they do 1%. You pay 1% of the loan amount up front. So just to give you guys an example, this house is going to be 1.4. So if you pay 1% up front, $14,000, you give it to the bank and they hold it. They will lock in your rate until the project is complete, which is awesome, because that $14,000 isn't thrown away. It goes towards your closing costs. It goes towards your down payment or loan. So that 1% will lock in the rate for you, because right now rates are really low and rates tend to fluctuate and go up and down. So very, very key you get the right proper financing. Another thing I want to touch about in financing is some builders, and this is not, to knock builders, but some builders don't have the capital. So what they try to do is get you to finance it, which is called a new construction loan. Basically, the builder owns the land and he says, hey, yeah, let's lock in a deal. And your loan type will be a finance loan, meaning you're paying for the construction costs and he's doing the work that you want, which is very silly, because you don't get a good rate on that loan, and you should never do that, because if the builder doesn't have enough capital, you probably shouldn't be buying from that builder. You should be buying from a builder that has the money to do the project to the full 100% without needing you as a buyer. That's key. Make sure you guys know that. Another thing, and the last thing I want to touch on, is inspections and warranties. Really, really important, again, to hire a proper realtor, because when the house is about 95% complete, you should do a home inspection. The reason I say 95% is because no matter what, even new construction or older homes, when you do a home inspection, there's always a list of items, no matter what. So you don't want to go when the builder's finished, because getting people back there is a pain in the ass. So say you do a home inspection on this house and you have a list of 10 items, and it could be stupid shit. It could be the kitchen sink isn't tightened and the water's coming out. It's something very silly. But the plumber has to go back anyway. So he's going to go tighten up the things on the list and go down the list, and then you have a final walkthrough. So your realtor will do a final walkthrough with you with a printout of all the things that need to be done. And you guys got to make sure it's done before you sign the paperwork and close on the house. On all new construction in New Jersey, guys, and this is brand new construction only, brand new foundation and everything. A lot of builders, what they do is they leave one foundation wall up, and that enables it to be not a new construction. It becomes a 1-year warranty instead of a 10-year warranty. So these homes will be brand new foundations, because they're taking down one house and they're building 2 homes. So it's going to have a brand new foundation. All right, guys, so if you're buying a new construction house in New Jersey, and it is totally new construction, that means all 4 foundation walls are brand new. The builder has to provide you with a 10-year warranty. That 10-year warranty is for mechanical, structural, environmental, little nicks and knacks. There's something called settlement that happens with every house. Some builders, what they do is they leave one foundation wall up and then build a new house, but they don't have to provide a 10-year warranty if that's the case. So one thing to know when buying a new construction house, if there's one existing foundation wall and they just build around it, it is not considered a new construction in New Jersey, and they do not have to provide you a 10-year warranty. However, your attorney can request it, but good luck, you know. If there's a 10-year warranty and you buy this house and the heating system stops working, guess what? It's covered under the warranty, and you contact the builder. He has to take care of it. It's very, very important, and that actually has come up with my clients in the past. Heating system was routed incorrectly. It was a problem with the HVAC guy. Luckily, they had the warranty, and they came out and fixed it. So yeah, warranty and inspections are crucial. Make sure you do your home inspection 95% of the way. Do a final walkthrough with the list of items in the home inspection, and make sure you have a proper warranty. Another thing that comes up also that I want to say is the builder has to apply for that warranty, and it takes forever. So you really want the builder to apply for that warranty probably 30 days before he's completed with the project, so that by the time you do your inspections and appraisals, it's all there. Another cool thing that I noted is if you have a proper realtor who knows the market, who can determine the value, you guys can kind of predict the value, which is there's no way you can predict the value of a house, right? But I'll give you an example. I represented the buyer of a new construction in East Rutherford for $475. That house, we got it under contract, and then the builder had a hard time getting approvals. So it was approved, and then they gave him a hard time. They took back a variance. I forget exactly what happened, but long story short, it took them 2 years to build it. So throughout that 2-year process, East Rutherford blew up. And that $475 house, by the time we were done and we did our appraisal, it appraised for $600,000. So make sure you're doing an appraisal on the property that you're buying. Your bank will do that. If you're buying it cash, do an appraisal anyway. A good attorney will recommend that for you. Hopefully I hit everything. There's a lot of information with buying a new construction, so I'm available to you guys. You can call, text, or email me. Most importantly, make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I have more funding and more time to do these videos. I hope this video was informational to you guys. And like I said, call me, like, and subscribe.